Greetings YouTube, welcome to another video. I know I haven't done one in a while, but today I'm being guided to talk about the difference between two types of consciousness. One being the dragon consciousness, which is organic and more of organic, natural, and non-hybridized consciousness. And the other one is the draconian consciousness, which is more hybridized and from a certain standpoint, it's more synthetic from the standpoint of how the draconian consciousness came into being. Now, I'm being pushed to talk about the two because we feel that there's great confusion amongst the dragon consciousness and the draconian consciousness because we see a lot of so-called draconian bloodlines on Earth. And the real dragon bloodline, and this is only my viewpoint, perspectives from dreams and meditations about it. But my opinion from it is that it is my truth or inner gnosis has to do with the fact that the dragon consciousness is the one you see that is solely connected to Earth. And the dragon consciousness does run with dragon energies. It can run through humanity. And to me, the dragon bloodlines, the organic dragon bloodlines, are the ones that aren't the ruling class at the moment. That is my opinion. The organic dragon bloodlines are the ones that have incarnated as you could call them dragon seeds, dragon star seeds, or the primordial energies or primordial forces. Now, these primordial forces and energies shape reality and their corresponding fields. They also can change reality because reality and its corresponding fields and the time fields are mutable energetics, and the energy is mutable and it can change, and it's thus impermanent. Nothing stays permanent. So society changes, everything changes with the impermanence to it. The one thing we are given to is the fact that society is constantly changing due to consciousness. Once things become aware, that's when your greatest change takes place. And we just feel that the Draco consciousness. Now, I'm not saying that Draco star seeds aren't organic. There is lines of them that are organic and non-hybridized, non-synthetic. It's just we're looking at a specific branch of them right now, a specific branch for the ones that are. And the dragons are the ones that hold the high light codes in their body, and the draconian seeds can do the same thing because the draconian consciousness is mass. It's huge. There is branches and branches of it and rivers of the draconian consciousness too. And yes, there is a handful of civilization within the draconian consciousness that is organic and it's a natural consciousness. But I've just been feeling that there are two separate consciousnesses within the dragons. The dragon consciousness and the draconian consciousness. And the dragon consciousness is vastly different than the draconian consciousness. Sometimes one comes from being more of a predator mindset. The other one comes across that we need to collaborate and work together. And I'm not saying this as a generalization opinion. I'm just looking at this from the standpoint of what I was kind of shown in dream time and meditations, that the two are vastly different. And that the one dragon that's been coming to me in dream time that has been sharing a lot of this type of information on constructs, on universal constructs and galactic constructs, is a blue dragon, or the blue dragon. Now, there's a blue dragon collective, as well as other spectrums of dragons from the neons up, and your base colors. But there's a lot of them, and they were just showing that the draconian experiment, a part of it was universal draconian experiment was to separate themselves off or synthesize parts of themselves to cut off certain aspects of them. Okay, and then at some point, up to their choosing, these starseeds can then reacquire those missing components that they cut off to experience duality or being very dense and having a dense and non-connection to source, so to speak. And the blue dragons, though, are definitely, they're associated with Lemuria. And they reach up into, these dragons reach into the Hydra star system. And they can reach into the Hydra star system, and they reach into the core of the planet Alphard. Alphard is a home to all types of reptilian species, bipedal, serpents, snake hominoids, dragon hominoids, and the exotic snake species and the exotic dragon species are the species that do live on Alphard, which is in the Hydra system. And so the great experiment was with this universal founding was that the certain draconian consciousnesses, and again, not all of them, it's certain branch line, chose to experiment with cutting themselves off from certain aspects of creation in order to experience density and all it has to offer. And that would include, cutting yourself off. And then later on, again, due to the given currents and stuff, reacquiring, being able to merge the poles fully back into yourself, and thus repairing the DNA damaged or mutated DNA lines. I was given less information on the Draco consciousness than I was on the dragon consciousness, so we're going to get into the dragon consciousness. Is linked with immortality. Dragon consciousness is linked with the certain crystalline aspects of the earth. And the dragon consciousness is definitely one that embodies all. I mean, you could say, for the sake of argument, that the dragon seed is a galactic seed because of the fact that the dragon is primordial energy. And that primordial energy is everything in its own self. It's everything that's in creation. So it's all the elements formed into one. And what's interesting is that when one is birthed into darkness, one then creates their own light out of the darkness, and that's how one then would birth themselves into this universal galactic photonic field of information. Is that way. We can definitely learn a lot of lessons from this and from the whole aspects of the dragon. I'm working with dragon consciousness or dragon energy. But as I mentioned in other videos, dragon energy, dragons need trust there. They have had issues in the past with working with other humans. So if you're a dragon conduit, or if you're a dragon mage, or some sort of working with a dragon energy, even if yourself are not a dragon seed, maybe you're a dragon witch, mage, or any of these, consider that to be fortunate. And that's a big step that this dragon has trusted you to be able to gift you with that type of energy. Because the dragon energy is powerful, it's strong, it's a strong energy, and it's primordial. And it can shape and destroy worlds. This energy is very strong for that. It can shape and destroy worlds. But we feel there is both an organic compound to dragon consciousness and then the non-organic compound to dragon consciousness, which then splits off, in my view, and becomes draconian consciousness. But there's also an organic and natural part of draconian consciousness. So these consciousnesses are separate. They are separate consciousnesses with separate energies. And we feel that both, if you're a lineage to one versus the other, or if you're a lineage to both, then you're going to become a major, you have a powerful energetic grid or vortex to work with. And then one can empower that energy and vortex with the power of the dragons. But it all falls, at the end of the day, both the dragon consciousness and draconian consciousness fall under the reptilian energy, and the reptilian energy falls under the fire bandwagon. And the fire bandwagon, I meant fire bandwidth, sorry, the bandwagon, fire bandwidth the fire bandwidth is the energy both falls under the fire bandwidth, and that fire is bandwidth is cold-blooded, is the cold-blooded spectrum of it. So you have the warm-blooded fire bandwidth would be the feline race, and the cold-blooded fire bandwidth would be the reptilian race, which again, the dragon construct and the draconian construct both fall under the umbrella of the primordial energies, and both are very primordial energies, and both been here for a very, very long time. I send out much love and respect to any draconian starseed incarnated on Earth plane, because Earth can be a very much a challenging a plane to be in, and I also give out much love and respect to any dragon starseed as well. I was just speaking my truth about it, so on it and what I was basically shown. And that's all I have for now. I look forward to making more videos later. Bye for now.